Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning back in. It's Taffy the Event Planner here, and to all the new subscribers, thank you so much and welcome. Today I've got a very interesting question that came through. It took me a week to answer this because the question was, Taffy, how do I deal with difficult customers? Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a difficult client. I think it's just a misunderstood one. What do you think? I know you're probably thinking, well, Taffy, you obviously haven't met my clients. Of course, I get it. You're right. And most probably, I agree. But with the following tips, you will agree with me that maybe that client was not being difficult after all. Maybe they just couldn't communicate their needs well to you. So I've listed 5 things that you can do to help yourself and your client be on the same page from the word go. So let's look at the clients first and foremost. So there's the pushy clients. These can come across as being pushy and they think everything is an emergency. That's okay, that's how they work. Soon as they send something over, they'll be expecting a response as soon as possible. Everything has to be done yesterday. Again, this is how they work. You have to understand them. Then we have the indecisive client. These are the clients that keep changing everything every time. They are not very sure about what they want. First of all, that's why they came to you. That's why we're event planners. They want your expertise to help them try different options and see if they like it and if that will work. It is up to you as the planner to anticipate what they need. Of course, it's really hard. We've got the hardest job ever. Then we have the know-it-all client. You might want to brace yourself when dealing with this type of client. They might have experience in the field, or they might have organized an event or two. This is when you need to place yourself in charge. You are the expert after all. Then we have the complainer. Nothing you do seems to please this client at all. They will complain about their complaint and they will complain about that as well. I know. The idea here is to acknowledge the complaint, do something about it, and most of all, throughout you need to assure them that you really know what you're doing. Usually people complain because they won't feel heard. The idea is to listen here. Allow them their right to complain. To you as the planner, the event is another gig, another booking, but to the client it could mean the world. The client could be panicking. So you need to have really good communication skills to make sure you make them feel at ease and you calm them down. Even for yourself, think about a time when you've been a customer and you've complained about the service that you've been provided that you were not happy with. Obviously, you complained, and just think about the way they dealt with it. This is where we come in. Then we have the penny pincher client. This client will expect you to do magic at a very low budget. They will try and save money on everything and everything. This is their money. They've worked hard for it. You need to understand. The best way is to meet halfway. On the onset of your journey together, this is when you need to make it very clear, set the goals and expectations. Right at the beginning is where you manage the client's expectations. Be clear as to what you can manage and at what budgets. You will thank yourself later. So above all, I think the best thing or the best advice that I can give you from the onset is make sure you've laid out your expectations and you've got good communication skills. Contracts must be clear and state exactly what the client wants and what you are providing, and both of you sign that contract. Any changes that are made in between the planning, they are to be documented and signed to avoid any disappointments. Communication channels are to be discussed from the onset as well. This will help you with your client on how to communicate. Keep looking back at the vision board that you sent right at the beginning, just to make sure that you're both still on the same page and that the client is still happy. Also, have a conflict resolution in place, so your client knows how to approach you and when to approach you when they've got a complaint, and how you can also approach your client with a complaint. Usually, what clients want and what they need are different things. Ours is a very, very, very tough job of exploring and finding out what it is exactly that they want. So let's say you've tried everything and everything fails and your characters are still clashing. What I do in my company is I would ask one of my team members to take the client on instead of myself. This helps us, all of us, as we all have different strengths. The client is happy, we are happy, the event is successful. If you just work by yourself, that's not a problem. Don't be scared to ask other event planners outside your company to see if they can take on that event. Communicate with the client throughout all these changes. If at all everything fails, don't be scared to fire your client. You need to be confident and to be able to produce a successful event. If you feel you cannot deliver a successful event, then feel free to fire your client. Again, communicate with your client why you've decided to terminate the contract. Above all, in everything, keep the relationship. You will need that. You never know where you're going to meet that client. You never know when you're going to need their business again. I hope with all this, with everything that I've mentioned, you're helped. Thank you very much.